And next up we have the brilliant Colin Baker, who was the 6th Doctor during the 1980s. It's wonderful to meet you, Colin. How have you been today?
Well, I feel better now. I'm called brilliant. Being brilliant is very good.
Have you enjoyed the festivities this weekend?
Of course, yeah. I like Portsmouth. My wife comes from Portsmouth, so
wow.
for me it's a warm and loving place.
Yeah, brilliant day for it as well. It's
Lovely
really
hot
nice.
day.
And I just wanted to ask you, being here is celebrating 60 years of the show, a show that I love as a fan, and what you mean so much to so many of us, particularly me, because season 22 is my personal favourite of classic era Who. And so what does it mean being here celebrating with the fans and Doctor Who and pop culture, just that whole sort of family? What does it mean to you?
Well, it's brilliant. I mean, I remember on the 23rd of November 1963, I was studying law in London. I came back to my Lancaster Gate flat. I opened the door and came in, and there were steps down into the living room where my 3 fellow students, the television was on, and it was the beginning of the very first Doctor Who.
An Unearthly Child, yeah.
And I leaned on, what do you call the empty child?
An Unearthly Child.
Unearthly Child.
That's the 2005.
Yeah, I thought that. I leaned on the balustrade and watched this new programme. And when we look back, it's not state of the art, but it was then.
At the time.
I mean, I watched that and I didn't move for 25 minutes while it was on, and we all went, wow. Now, if you told me at that moment in time, 60 years from now, you'll be interviewed by an enthusiastic and personable young man in Portsmouth, asking you about what you think about playing that part, I'd have thought you were insane.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
So, there you go. So that's what it means to me. It was a part of my, not childhood, but early life.
Yeah.
I was in my 20s. And it's definitely a part of, a very large part of British televisual history.
I mean, Lincoln was saying in the talk about it being a part of British culture, and I truly believe that because people recognise the police spots and, you know, the cane, all the sort of images with it. But you yourself, you come back in the Big Finish stories.
I do, yeah.
Your final venture, tears, actual tears, and I wish you had that on the screen. But when you come back on those and you get to revisit your Doctor, I bet you feel like you've never left at all, really.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, well, I have been continually doing it ever since I wasn't doing it, if you see what I mean. And yeah, it's enabled my Doctor to continue whatever story arc we ascribe to him. And it enabled him to, because when I started playing Old 60, as I call him, I had in mind characters like Darcy in Pride and Prejudice, or Snape in Harry Potter, ones that you find difficult to like, but gradually realise that they are perhaps one of the most honourable people in the story, as Darcy indeed is, in Pride and Prejudice. So you don't want to know everything about them at the beginning. And I always find the characters in fiction that are the most interesting are the ones that you grow to like, rather than the ones you like immediately.
No, I totally agree.
It's like girls. When you meet a girl, you might go, oh, she's nice. But, well, actually, I did think that when I met my wife. But very often, it's the one that grows on you.
It's a compliment to the Portsmouth gals, then, isn't it?
Yeah, and look at this lot behind us. You've got 3 of them
My
behind
wonderful
the
crew. And so, we saw you recently in The
I've
Power.
annoyed those 2 blokes.
No, they're all right. They're smiling away, Sam and Christo. But I saw you in The Power of the Doctor. Yourself and Peter, who we just spoke to, came back in it. And you had a different costume, a different look, obviously, because wonderful that time is, and you've aged like a fine wine, might I say. But it's also wonderful how it was sort of a difference, but the same of 60, as you say. And
Who knows
do you
who
hope
it was?
for more?
I've no idea who they were supposed to be.
It's like these amalgamations,
But we
wasn't it?
took them as a kind of, revisiting of old Doctors in some kind of ethereal middle world. Yeah, it was great to do, and I love Jodie.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
I
miss
she's
her already.
Brilliant. She's such a nice lady.
Yeah.
And she was so excited to be doing it. So it was lovely to do. Yeah, and it's Doctor Who is the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it?
Definitely. And because 6 is so important to my heart, as I said, your first season, I loved the direction it did go in, and I wish we saw more of it. With where it's going now and the show and stuff, I would love to see you come back again. I know with timetables and your own timetable things, but with Disney and stuff and spin-offs and even with the Big Finish, would you like to?
Who knows? I mean, look at me. Look at me.
Fantastic.
I have sat at a table at a convention centre signing autographs of me as the Doctor. And I have a young man come up, looked at the photograph, looked at me, looked at the photograph, looked at me and said, what time is he getting here? Which sums up why it might be quite difficult.
I thought it worked very well in the episode.
For that, yes, because that was a kind of not real,
Yeah, I
or is
suppose.
it, or whatever it is.
Well, let's hope for more. Let's hope for more.
Let's hope.
Let's hope for
We
more.
can always hope.
Colin Baker, it's been a joy. Like, it's a dream come true for me, and thank you for what you mean to me and to the rest of the fandom. It's been wonderful.
It's very kind of you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And thank
so
you.